sideways so that you guys can see me. Sometimes I'll be turning towards you. Whatever direction I think I need to be facing so that you guys can do the posture is what I'm going to do throughout the class. But I want you to stay facing whatever direction you can see me best. So we're coming to the top of our mat. At the top of our mat, when I say inhale, palms come up, you can either bring your palms up like this, or if you're working in a tight space, you're gonna just swoop your arms up in front of you. And then when I say inhale, hands come through heart center, we bring our hands together at the top, through our heart center, and then let them shift down to the side. Okay, so we're inhaling, palms come up to the ceiling, gaze comes up, lengthening that side body, feet about hip distance apart. Exhaling, hands through heart center, lowering down to our side. Inhale, lifting those arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, palms all the way down to the ground. And because this is our first forward fold, we are going to interlace our arms. We're gonna drop our head, relax our neck, let it be nice and heavy. Really loosen up all that tension that's forming right here. Sucking in our lower abdominals, just relaxing, trying to press our elbows down towards the ground, loosening up those hamstrings. Maybe you want to shift your body side to side, so you're just rocking your front side to side. Holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lowering those hands down to the ground. We are going to plant our hands down on the ground. If you need to bend your knees, that's okay. Stepping one foot back and then the other. Lowering our knees, lowering our chest, keeping our hands down, swooping our body through, relaxing our belly down onto the ground. And getting nice and grounded in the face of our feet and in our hands. We're pressing our body up. Relaxing our shoulders, so if your shoulders are all the way up here by your ears, relax your shoulders, press up nice and tall. Imagine you're lifting your chest and your heart up towards the ceiling, rolling your shoulders back onto each other, relaxing our glutes, relaxing our low back. The only thing that should be touching the ground is our hands and our feet. Inhaling here on the exhale, we're tucking our chin, gaze goes back towards our belly button, flip one foot over, then the other. We're in downward facing dog. Fingers spread nice and wide. Pressing away from our fingers. Think of pressing out of your shoulder blades. Pressing your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Holding this for 5, 4. Maybe you want to bend your right leg and then bend your left. Just walking out your dog a little bit. This is the beginning of class, so this is a little slower just to get our body loosened up. Doing maybe 3 more pedals, 2, and 1, and we're gazing in between our hands. Nice big inhale. Step or hop your feet up to meet your hands. On the exhale, straightening out those legs. So inhale, palms come all the way up to the ceiling, gaze follows. Exhale, palms pass through heart center, lowering down to the side. That is a sun salutation we just did. So we're gonna pick up the pace a little bit, and we're gonna do 10 of them total. So inhaling, palms come up. Exhale, palms pass through heart center down to our side. Inhale, lifting those hands all the way up. Exhale, hands lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, look up with a flat back. Exhale, plant those hands, step or hop to the back of your mat, lowering to the base of a push-up. Nice big inhale, swooping our body through to upward facing dog. On the exhale, tucking our chin, flipping one foot then the other, downward facing dog. Inhaling here. Exhaling, pressing our chest back towards our knees. Inhale, gaze comes in between our hands. Exhale, hopping or stepping up towards our hands, straightening out our legs. Inhale, palms come up, gaze follows. Exhale, lowering those hands. Inhale, lifting our hands. Exhale, lowering down to the ground. Inhaling with a flat back. And on this next exhale, I want you to plant your hands down and try to hop and lower to the base of a push-up at the same exact time. It is a little bit tricky, so if you hop back and then a second later come down to the base of your push-up, that's okay. But we're gonna plant our hands down and try to land both at the same time. Inhaling, swooping up, forward facing dog. Exhale, tuck that chin, flip one foot then the other, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze in between our hands, hopping to the front of our mat, exhaling, straightening out our legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower those hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling to the base of a push-up. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze in between your hands, step or hop to the front of your mat. Exhale, straighten out your legs. Inhale, palms come up, gaze follows. Exhale, palms come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Inhale, lifting, flat back. Exhale, lowering to the base of a push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg nice and high up to the sky. Exhale, plant that right foot in between our hands. Holding this here, getting nice and balanced in our body. Maybe you want to walk your hands up towards your knees. Maybe you want to just instantly swoop your arms up towards the ceiling. Relaxing our shoulders. Nice and grounded in that front leg. Opening up that left hip here. Arms are up. Maybe you want to open your arms out like a goalpost. Maybe you want to open them like the Titanic. Whatever feels best for you, this is your practice. And everybody swoop their arms up towards the ceiling. Rotating on the outside of that back foot. Opening our arms up to the horizon. Sinking down into that front leg. Flipping our palm. Nice reach back behind us. Lengthening out our side body. Keeping our arms straight. Don't just let it go limp or like hang around. Engage that arm. Engage our hands. Nice big inhale, lifting up to the center. Exhale, forearm comes to knee. Arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Inhale, back towards the center. Exhale, reaching back behind us with that right arm. Again, make sure you're staying planted in that front leg. Don't let your front leg get lazy and straighten out. And inhaling back through the center. And if you would like, you can grab your can or your block, placing your hand on that. You can place your hand onto the ground, or you can keep your elbow on your knee, whatever feels best for you. And no matter what variation you're in, if you would like, you can take that left arm, reach it back behind you. Try to feel for your right pocket. When you do this, don't let your chest drop down to the ground. Keep your chest open nice and wide. And we're gonna hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach that arm up towards the ceiling. Bring that arm down to the ground. Rotate on those back toes. Bringing our right hand on the outside of that right foot. Tucking our knee into our chest. We're gonna do a couple mountain climbers here. So mountain climber, put our right leg back, bring our left knee up. Left leg back, right knee up, doing that a little bit faster. So more of like a hop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And dropping our knees down to the ground. Sitting back towards our heels, you can either tuck your toes or relax on the face of your feet. Pressing our butt towards our heels, engaging our hands, pulling our body away from our shoulder blades, relaxing our head, relaxing our neck. And slowly beginning to lift our body up so we are seated here. We're going to place our hands down in front of us. We are going to tuck our toes. Try to keep our hands planted on the ground. So hands are planted on the ground. We're up on our toes. Maybe our heels are up if we don't have very flexible ankles. And what we're going to try to do is plant our heels down to the ground, keeping our head relaxed, straightening out our legs just as much as we can while our hands are still on the ground. If it's more comfortable for you to make fists and put your knuckles down on the ground, you can do that as well. So most of us will probably have a little bend in our leg. That's totally okay. It's just because we have tight hamstrings. So relax that head, relax that neck. Holding this for 10, 9. What we're trying to do here is just really relax our hamstrings, working on getting our legs just about straight if our legs are super bent. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going to do exactly what we did on our other side. I'm turning the opposite direction so that when we're doing the rotation, you guys can see my face side instead of my back side. So inhale, palms come up. Exhale, passing through heart center. Inhale, lifting our hands. Exhale, lowering down to the ground. Inhaling with a flat back. Exhaling to the base of a push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice big inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, left foot comes in between our left hands. Getting grounded in our feet here. Maybe lifting our body up onto our knees. Maybe we instantly sweep our arms up towards the ceiling. Again, staying planted in that front leg. Keeping our hips facing forward. Not out to the side just yet. And we're going to rotate onto the back foot. Opening up our hips. Opening up our arms like the horizon. Grounding into that front leg. Flipping our front palm forward. Nice big inhale. Reach up. Exhale. Feel as though you're trying to reach the opposite wall in your house. Inhaling back through center. Exhaling, forearm to knee. Right arm comes up towards the ceiling. Again, don't get lazy in that front leg. Stay nice and grounded. If you'd like to reach up above your head like you're trying to reach the opposite wall, that's okay. Just don't let your chest collapse as well. And inhaling back through center. Exhaling back behind us. Same thing as before. Inhaling through center. Exhale, we can drop our forearm to knee. Hand to a block or a can. Or hand down to the ground. Sinking into that front leg again. Reaching back behind us with our right arm, trying to find our left pocket. Holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, arm comes up, right arm comes down, left arm moves to the outside of our left foot, tucking that knee into our chest, and we're gonna do mountain climbers again. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And dropping down onto our knees. So whether you have yoga blocks or cans or containers of protein powder, it doesn't matter. We're gonna grab, hopefully you have 2 of them. If not, that's totally okay. You can also use your water bottle or your glass of water for this next exercise. We're gonna do a little bit of an ab portion. Got about 10 minutes left to class. Ab portion, cool down, you guys will be on your way. Okay, so we're gonna start with our blocks out to the side because we don't need them right now. Just have them nice and handy for you to be able to reach them. I feel like the lighting is better this way. Okay, so getting grounded in the meat of our seat. Rolling our shoulders back onto each other. Pelvis is not lazy. Pelvis is engaged. Spine is straight. Shoulders are not rounded. Again, like I said, shoulders back onto each other. Taking our hands, placing them on the back sides of our knees, straightening out our legs, straightening out our arms. We are gonna lift our legs just as high as we can. If you can only lift your legs 1 inch off the ground, that's totally okay. If you are ridiculously flexible and you could make a V with your body, go right ahead. You want to try to get your toes somewhere around knee level though, just so that you're really challenging your hip flexors and your core. So we are going to hold this. If you feel comfortable here, you can release your arms out to the side, palms face up. And I know this posture kind of sucks, so I like to kind of distract. Right arm up, right arm down, left arm up, left arm down. Both arms up, both arms down, right and left and both. Right, left, and both. And we are going to begin to lower our body down to the ground, keeping our shoulder blades off the ground, keeping our feet off the ground, tucking our knees into our chest, straightening our legs out in front of us. Tuck and straighten, tuck, straighten. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's grab those blocks or cans or a glass of water. We're going to take just one. I will face towards you guys so that you guys can see what's being done. So our block or object is here. We are going to be in that original posture that we were in. And what we're doing is tapping our heels down to the ground, bringing our feet together. Down, up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So now we're going to go to that second posture where we were laying and our shoulders are off the ground. And we're just going to bring both legs on one side, both legs on the other side. So our block is in the center. We are in that position. You can start laying both legs on one side. Engage your core, so squeeze your glutes. Press that belly button back, round your shoulders. You can place your hands under your butt if that helps. So tap your heels to one side, up over your object, and the other side. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So what we're going to do next is we're going to grab our two objects. We are going to place them a little bit apart. We're going to do the same thing. This one, our shoulders are going to be down on the ground instead of up off the ground. If you want to make it harder, you can lift your shoulders up off the ground. But the most important thing here is going to be for our back to stay flat on the ground, not letting an arch in our back. So we're going to be in that hollow body position or with our shoulders on the ground. Both of our feet are going to be together. We're going to go right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. Okay? So we got our blocks. Hands under our butt. Unless you have really good core strength, you can move your arms out to the side. So if you don't have good core strength, I would highly recommend relaxing your shoulders down onto the ground. Maybe even making a fist under your butt. And feet are together. We got right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center. We're going to do this 10 more seconds. Center, right, center, left, center, right. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So now our blocks are going to stay where they are. We're going to take our feet. We're going to go on the outside, inside, outside, inside. Okay? So, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 5 more. In. 4 more. Out. In. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's hug those knees into our chest. Relax our body onto our mat. And we're not done with abs. I just figured maybe you guys need a little bit of a break. We are going to take our legs, get them as straight-ish as we can. If you're like me and have tight hamstrings, you can like cross your legs, keep them up. You just want your feet above your knee level. We're taking our arms and we're gonna get our shoulder blades off the ground, lifting our arms up to the ceiling. If your legs are straight, your goal is to touch your toes, come back down. Okay, so we're gonna do 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay, we got incoming call. All right, so we have one final ab thing, couple more stretches, and then we'll be good to go. So I like to call this the ab burnout. We're gonna do a tuck, a pike, and a V. So I'll be angled. I feel like that's the best way you guys can see me. A tuck is we're going from that hollow, tapping our heels. Pike, hollow, tapping the toes. V is hollow, make a split with our legs. Okay, we're gonna do 20 seconds, just as many reps as you can. You don't have to worry about counting. So it's tuck, pike, V, or heels, toes, center. Whatever works best in your brain. I'm gonna say heels, toes, center, because I feel like that works better with some people, okay? So go at my pace, go at your own pace, doesn't really matter. We got 20 seconds. Ready, set, heels, toes, center, heels, toes, center, heels, toes, center, heels, toes, center. 5 seconds, heels, toes, center. Let's do one more. Heels, toes, and center. Awesome. So now we're gonna roll onto our belly. We're coming onto our forearms, winding down. A couple minutes left to class. Hands are spread nice and wide. Middle fingers pointing forward. Rolling our shoulders back onto each other. I want you to imagine there's a string from your belly button through the center of your chest up to your chin, and somebody is up on the ceiling pulling that string, trying to lengthen the front of your body. This should feel very tight in your abs because we just did an ab circuit, so that is totally normal. Relaxing those shoulders. You don't want your shoulders up by your ears. Relaxing those shoulders, rolling them back onto each other. Holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and lowering our body down onto our mat, straightening out that left arm. We're keeping our left leg straight and planted on the ground. Our right leg is gonna reach over. Our toes are gonna try to touch over on the side of our floor where our hand is. So my right hand is out in my chest. Left hand is straightened out to the left side. Lifting that right leg over, keeping our left leg relaxed. Your toes should be touching the ground somewhere. So this is good for your shoulder as well as for your hip. It's also a slight little twist we have going on here. Coming back through the center, straightening out that right arm. Left arm comes to our side. Right leg stays relaxed. Left leg reaches over to the other side. And passing back through the center, we are going to press our butt back towards our heels. I want everybody to take their knees, make their knees wider than hip width. And sitting back on our heels, straightening those arms out in front of us, trying to imagine our chest is gonna touch the ground. Again, focus on pressing your body away from your hands, trying to sink your butt back towards your heels, while focusing on pressing away from your shoulder blades, chest down to the ground. Holding this for 3, 2, 1, and here's the stretch all of you did not know you needed. It is not fun. Never in my life have I met somebody who was like, I enjoy doing this. So I would highly recommend, if you have a blanket, grabbing a blanket. This is grabbing a blanket, just folding it in fours or even just in half. So I'm gonna show you forward and sideways. So we're down on the ground. We got our knees spread as wide as they can go, okay? Now we're gonna take our heels, try to get our heels in a straight line with our knees. Toes are pointed out, not back. We're lowering down onto our forearms, focusing on pressing our bum back towards our heels. So from the side, knees are spread as wide as they can. We got our feet in line with our knees, toes pointing out. Lowering down to our forearms, pressing that bum back towards our heels. And just relaxing here. This is not fun. It makes you feel like your groin is gonna snap. Maybe it makes you feel a lot of burning sensations or something in your inner thighs. It's totally okay. We don't spend a lot of time stretching them out on the regular, so it happens. Holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and lifting up onto our forearms. We're gonna do kind of like an upward facing dog here. So just let your legs relax. Keep them in the position they're in, let them relax. We're gonna walk our body forward. You're gonna lose the front part of my body, that's okay. So we're doing the same thing as downward facing dog. Hands are flat on the ground. Just straightening out our legs very slowly, pressing up out of our hands. Just letting your toes point towards the back walls. Your legs, you should look like a capital Y right now, in a sense. And slowly walking our knees and our feet together. Bringing our knees all the way together, toes together, sitting our butt back towards our heels. Walking our hands out in front of us, taking one final child's pose. Walking our hands back towards our feet, slowly beginning to roll up our spine. I want you to imagine you're feeling every single vertebrae of your spine rolling one after the next. Shoulders come up when you get there, rolling your head. Last thing to come up is your chin. Keeping our eyes closed. Maybe you want to do a couple head circles. One direction. Maybe you want to do a couple head circles the other direction. Maybe you want to do a couple shoulder rolls backwards. And forward. And let's bring our hands to heart center, keeping our head ever so slightly bowed. Let's enjoy 3 big breaths together. Inhaling through our nose. As we inhale, I want you to fill your lungs, feel them expanding all the way. And exhale out of our mouth. Really compressing our lungs, letting go of any stale air that we have in there. Inhaling a positive intention for the remainder of the day. Exhaling anything that doesn't serve us. One more breath together. Inhaling that positive intention. And exhale and release. I would like to thank all of you that have tuned in today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you guys. Tonight at 7 p.m. I will be hopping back on for a 45-minute class. It will be very beginner. It will be slow, 7 to 7:45 p.m. Gearing you down to get ready for like bed, to be totally wound down for the rest of the evening. So anybody who wants to pop on 7 to 7:45 p.m. Eastern time, you're more than welcome to join me. I'll be here no matter if it's me or other people. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Bye.